we are doing a special edition of At the Vested Bar. We are inside the Campbell Apartments for a Vested Summer Networking Reception. Couple of questions for you about financial communications. What would you say is the biggest challenge that financial communicators face today?
I think probably the biggest challenge is the challenge that's been presented by social media and just digital access to information overall. So one of the challenges has been because of the internet, there is such transparency in terms of pricing that you end up reducing a lot of financial service products to who has the lowest price. The other challenge that we have is in communications, managing social media and managing people who are unhappy with their experience. So I know you had a great experience with Lenki, and I'm very excited about that. But what we understand is that if somebody's unhappy with their experience, they're going to tell 1,000 people. If somebody's happy, they're going to tell a smaller population. And that's very difficult to manage, especially because you have a lot of people who are kind of more, basically sort of like bottom feeders, people who are complaining about every interaction that they have with a company. And like a lobster, you have to sort of like collect and address those people's issues and be proactive in terms of talking to them about what their issue was and how you can solve it for them, which I think is great in terms of accountability for a company, but can be challenging because there are some people who are just unhappy due to situations that are beyond your control as a financial services provider. It's a heavily regulated industry. That's difficult. There's rates go up and down, and that impacts what it costs a person to borrow. So that's sort of the challenges.
Well, as a person that has used Lenki for 10 plus years, I'll be sure to spread the word. And so just to touch on a few things that you said, how would you say that you've seen the industry change over time?
So I think there's been a couple of changes. Obviously, the advent of digital has been a huge factor in terms of giving people more visibility in terms of what's available online and of different options for them. So it's made more shoppers. The other thing that I've seen is there's a lot less loyalty, and that might be a good thing, but people are not as likely as they used to be to basically go to their primary financial institution where they have a checking account to get other products and services. They don't have a problem having a loan from this place and then a loan from that place because they have tools to be able to bring them all together so they can look at them on their mobile phones and track them. So that's probably the biggest challenge, this issue of transparency and a lack of consumer loyalty.
And what would you say is the future for financial communications and financial marketing?
I think it's really going to be about content. I think it's going to be about educating people and not just selling them stuff. You have to develop a relationship with people. You have to educate them. You have to say the product that you're selling may not be the best for them in a particular situation. And I think being honest and being, kind of transparent and really viewing it in the lens of what's best for them is what's going to set apart the institutions that create that loyalty and connection with consumers versus institutions that don't have that connection and ultimately won't be successful.
Well, Louis, thank you so much. It was so great to meet you.